Hi, it's Rob from Untitled. I hope you're well. Welcome to the Mobility Method with me. And grab yourself a pint of water, place on some nice, quiet tunes. Cheers. And let's take some time out to relax for about 20 to 25 minutes. Our challenge for this class is to try and improve our flexibility, improve our movement and our mobility. So what we're going to do is find a space, close the doors, let people know you take part in a fitness class, and let's train. Let's check on one way, check on the other, make sure you've got plenty of room. From there, we're going to have our feet a fist gap apart. We're going to try to place our hands on top of our pelvis. Have your fingers facing forwards, the thumbs pointing behind you. We're going to try and center your body. So you're going to lift your chin up, the crown of your head pointing up to the ceiling. Imagine a draw of string pulling you up high to the ceiling. From here, I want you to really focus on your feet. So take a moment to pause and mobilize yourself into a position where you have a fist gap between your feet and your big toes slightly pointed at the second toes, nice and parallel. Pelvis is supported here with our thumbs, and we're just going to rock forward and back. Now, I want you to try and get the knuckles of your toes over and down to the ground each time. The pelvis is driven forward, the chest is lifted, and we're slowly drifting forward and backwards on our feet. The pelvis drives forward, the chest lifts, the elbows drop back into position. From here, we're going to drop our arms down by our side. So we're going to reach up and push up nice and high. Keep your feet moving forwards and backwards. Slowly rocking over the bridge of the foot. And every time you're trying to get those knuckles down. From here, we're just going to raise up and over on our right foot. Bring your arms back down by your side. Interlock your fingers so they're just resting on top of your belly. We're looking at the knuckles down to the ground, slowly rocking yourself forward and back in this position here. Slow, controlled movement. What we're trying to do here is center your body over the top of that and feel that you can feel big toe to little toe, the knuckles rolled over down into the ground. Now do this on a nice thick carpet or on a nice thick yoga mat. And every time now we're going to roll it over and place your heel back down to the ground. Mobilizing the foot is really important. We just don't do enough of it. It gets really neglected. We do lots of squats and knees and lunge work. We don't do enough of looking at what's happening at the foot. Now, for a lot of you might be doing this, and please do this in barefoot. If you're doing it in trainers, it's not going to work for you. So whack your socks and shoes off, do it all the way through in barefoot. But for some of you, as you're rolling over this can be really aggravating your big toe. And if it is, perhaps stop the class and go and see a chiropodist, podiatrist, or your GP as well. Because if your big toe does not flex, and it could be because you have a bunion there, it could be any number of reasons why that big toe doesn't flex. It could be your genetics, could be an injury that you've had. It doesn't flex forward and back in pain. The net result is your knee won't flex properly, your pelvis won't work properly, your hips won't move properly within that pelvis and allow that rotation. Your shoulders won't rock forward and backwards properly because everywhere through your body there's going to be a counterbalance. Change the foot over, please. So again, the fist gap apart between the feet, rocking over, fully over the foot, placing the knuckles down to the ground, and over and back again. Really nice work. Again, rest your hands on top of your belly if that feels comfortable. Again, we're looking at fully rolling over, placing the knuckles down to the ground each time. And each time we're working the flexibility of that foot, the mobility of the foot. We're feeling, have we got the range through the foot. Each time the calcaneus of the ankle is coming back down to the ground. So that heel is fully loading down into the ground each time. We're rolling it over the midpoint of that foot. You should be able to get almost a straight line from tiptoe through to the knee of extension here through that ankle. And keep working it through. Looking good. Now, have a notice of what's happening in your pelvis. Hopefully, it's forcing you to want to stand up a little bit straighter. Take the load off the front of the foot. But hopefully, as well, it's encouraging you to want to track that knee forward and back in position here. So we've got that full quality movement here. Back and down. Really nice. And release. Let's work down into a side bend. Both feet flat down to the floor. You might find a few cracks and creaks come out your body. Slow, controlled, easy rotations. So we've got a lateral bend going to one side and a lateral bend of the body going to the other side. Now, can you bolster the pelvis here? So we're tilting and we're tilting. Really good. Come over to one side, doesn't matter which one, and slowly reach down. Check the feet position. Now I'm currently reaching down to my right side. The right hand just coming down to my right knee. Each time you might get to the side of your shin, you might just feel the top of your hip. Just work to a point where you can feel light. Now can you lift the left foot? Just off the floor. So it just hovers. And then can you come back up to vertical? And don't worry if that foot has to tap the floor. Don't worry if you have to stand on it. Don't worry if you lose balance completely. If you're doing this exercise and you've just fallen over 3 times, well done. Keep practicing. Because you've just improved your fitness. The neuromuscular pathway doesn't exist. It does, it just doesn't get used. So you're trying to get those nerves to fire again, trying to get the synapses to your body to work properly again. By this stage, the standing leg is screaming at you. And all you've done is reach to the side and fully load your body. Take a walk out, take a drink of water. It's a great way of mobilizing the body. You don't have to do all this crazy big movement stuff to get some massive results. Put a line on pelvis check, chest lift. Balance on the left foot. Come back down again, feet flat to the floor. Reaching down to the left side, slowly pull back up. Controlled drop, controlled lift. Here we go, check your foot position, lift and hover that right foot. Tilt to the left, slowly pull yourself back up. And again, if you lose your balance, don't worry. Tap the foot down, I just did, it's fine. You might find as you further you reach, you might find that you go off balance even more. It's absolutely fine. Keep challenging yourself. If you go off balance, see if you can correct. Mobility mobility isn't just how supple you are. It's not just flexibility. It's also strength. It's about neuromuscular pathways. It's about, can you stand? Can you reach? And if you drop off, because this is my weaker side, you're going to find this leg's going to go off. If it gets tight in that leg, take a little shake out, come back up again. You're strengthening and lengthening these muscles. One more. And release. Shake it out, keep your legs out, take a walk around. Cheers. Nice. From here, standing on the right leg, kick the left leg out wide, come back into balance. Notice that this knee is going to flex and track over the front foot. You don't need to go far down to the floor, but you do need to stand and bring your pelvis forward. Breathe out, push up. Really good. Slow control work. This foot is hovering the floor. Can you work the balance? Can you work the strength? Okay, that's also lifted. Let's work 4 more here. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And release. Walk it out. Shake up the hips. Kick out the legs. Good work. Come back into it again. Stand left leg, balance. Feet fist gap apart, toes facing forward. Balance on the left. Slide that right leg away. Knee tracks forward over the toes. Chest stays lifted. We go again. Legs shaking hard. And again. And again, place your hands where it feels comfortable for you. Some people like resting it on their heart. Some people are on their belly. Some like to counterbalance. Same side balance, whichever. Work which suits you. It's amazing. We're not moving fast. We're working controlled. One more here. You definitely be feeling the outside of your hips, certainly into the outside of these glutes. One of the best glute exercises that you can work, really working all the way down the lateral side of the body on the outside. It's a fab training session. Okay, so from here, look a bit of Trendelenburg work here. So we're going to look at balance. Slide the foot behind you. The knees are parallel. We're going to lift the hip. Allow the knee to come back down again. Now the challenge, try and keep the shin parallel to the floor. Pull, rotate, and drop. See if you can mobilize that joint. Slow, controlled movement. No impact, perfectly safe exercise, but honestly, wow. It's a hard little piece of an exercise. These muscle groups here, working really hard. Keep it up. Hip lifted. And you'll find as soon as you drop that side of the pelvis, the knee's going to want to bow into it. Okay? Keep that balance. Posture. Shin parallel. Keep the hinge hipped up. Flex the knee. Drop. Stand. Shake it out. Swap it over. Kick the legs out, especially the calves. Get a nice little flick out here. Rain slippers, just flick them off. Start with the left leg. Posture, pelvis forward. Pitch the hip up. Flex. Stand. Keep this hip up here. It's the same leg that's lifted, it's the same pelvis that's lifted. Chest stays lifted. Keep the gap between the knees. 3 more here. 2 more here. 1 more here. I'm going to shake it out. Hamstrings will be crawling to you. Ankles crawling at you. Wasn't it working hard? Well done. From here, I'm going to take our feet up wide. Toes faced in, pelvis flies forward. Rotate. So you're looking over the side. Rotate back to middle. Turn to the side. It's also lifted, chest up. Back again. Right. Keep the rotation here. Still trying to mobilize. As you can feel, if you keep the feet facing forwards and we allow this rotation here, you might be finding as you turn around to one side, if you get it straight, you might find a lengthening through the inside of the thigh or on the very front of the thigh coming over the hip. It's a sign of either the adductors are getting involved, so we're big, and the hip flexors working really hard. Anything that's going to bring the muscle up over the hip joint. Psoas group. Can you get a bit more rotation now? Can you twist and turn a little bit further? You should be able to see behind the back of your heels, but at the same time, keeping yourself lifted. Again, turn a bit more. Can you get further around? Can you get further around the other side? And again, 2 more here. Right the other side. And the last one. Rotate, turn over, and rotate, turn, and over. And release. From here, we're going to go down onto the floor. Our hands into a press-up position. And we're just going to take that left knee up forward. We're going to turn towards sitting on the outside of that left thigh. And our left foot comes forward and in. We're going to drop down into the forearms if we can get there. Now, if you struggle to get this deep, maybe get a cushion or a chair, so like a cushion off a sofa or something that you can rest on so it gives you a bit more height. All I'm going to do is going to work on the mobilization here of your pelvis a bit more. And see whether or not we can rock the hip over to one side, over to the other side. Trying to get as much rotation from one side over to the other. The heel coming into the front of the thigh. That big rotation as we rock over to the other side. We've got two more here, left to right. Nice. Swapping it over. Right leg comes forward. And then dropping the side of the hip over to the ground each time. Two more here, just slowly rocking right side back over to the left. We're feeling nice and relaxed. Nice and chilled out. That's one here. And release. Slowly pushing up the back foot. Take yourself into a kneeling position if you can. Whichever way you need to find a way up. Take yourself back into standing. Now just flex from the hips, drop down, chin down, draw down, nose down for a big stretch to the back of your legs. Slowly breathe out, push back up through into standing, stretch and elongate, push the arms up high and behind. Raise up onto the ball of your feet and release and shake it out. From there, into your fingers, roll one way, roll back the other way. Shake it out and release. Really, really well trained. I hope you enjoyed that class. Done it live, hashtag live. If you've done it on replay, hashtag replay as always. Let me know how you got on with it. If I can help, get in contact, send me a message, and I'll speak to you again really soon. Thanks so much for joining me. See you next time for the next one. Cheers.